I've just made it to my first week of quitting music, specifically listening to it on my AirPods. So last week, my case got robbed at the gym. Watch this video for the full story, but I've been left with dead AirPods that I can't use anymore. And unless I buy a replacement case to charge them again, they're useless. And at that point, I already had some feelings towards music. I didn't like the way it impacted my mood. It could make it go up, it could make it go down. I didn't like the type of music I was listening to, the lyrics, just the vibes in general. So I wanted to restore quiet to my journeys, my walks, and just quit this habit altogether. An update since that last video though, I said that because my AirPods were dead, I had no other way of listening to music because I had no headphones or earphones or whatever. But I didn't realize I actually have a spare case, like a spare pair of earbuds, which I was using before I got the AirPods. So technically I could carry on listening to music, but this is where some extra discipline kicks in, where I have to consciously leave these behind now. I can't take them with me because I'm committed to quitting this now. So on day one of quitting music, I actually played a song on my phone, just using the speakers while I was making my breakfast. So technically, if this was a challenge, I would have failed it already, but that's not what I'm actually trying to tackle here. I'm trying to tackle the constant consumption, while you're going your day-to-day business, on a walk or while traveling or whatever. Long term, if I play a song here and there on my phone or wherever, I don't really have an issue with that. It's the constant listening that I'm trying to tackle here. The bigger challenge came later in the day when I walked to the gym. So from the start of me walking to the gym session and then walking back, that is just where I've got my AirPods in constantly. I'm listening to music throughout that entire period, which is about 2 hours really. And if there's ever a time I feel the need for listening to music, it's that block of time, that 2 hour period. And this was really frustrating, to be honest, because what I thought was going to be a nice quiet walk where I can think quietly ended up just being a weird mishmash of songs that I'd listened to in the past week, just replaying in my head. So random hooks and choruses, just one after another of just random songs, no particular order. And this continued throughout the entire walk. So just the same bits of the music, just replaying in my head. So you can see that as a direct side effect of listening to too much music. It was almost like withdrawal symptoms where I'm not listening to it in the moment, so it's just going to replay stuff that I've already heard in the past week. And it was a bit scary to me, as I didn't like it. I wanted that time for quiet thoughts, and yeah, that didn't happen. So I would hope that effect reduces over time, the longer that goes by without me listening to music as much. But then part of me wonders whether just by passing through shops or the gym itself when they're playing music on the speakers, that will cause it, going forward, and there's no escape from it, but we'll see. So another effect I've noticed of not having AirPods in all the time is that people have approached me a lot more. So in the gym, for example, they'll strike up conversations about equipment or certain exercises instead of just the regular gestures of you using that or whatever. And just in the street as well, people have stopped me and asked for directions, if they're a tourist or whatever, which usually doesn't happen. And that makes sense if you think about it. If you've got AirPods in or headphones on, it's kind of telling everyone that you want to be left alone. And chances are, if you are walking in the street and you are listening to music, you are in sort of a flow state where you're just focused on where you want to be going. Chances are that you're walking with a bit more purpose and faster, and it kind of signals to people that you don't want to be stopped and disturbed or asked anything. And that's one of the things I wanted to get out of this whole thing. It was to be more present in the moment. So the fact that people are finding it easier to approach me and strike up a conversation, I think that's a direct result of not having the headphones in. I probably come across as more open and less just one track minded of wherever I'm going or whatever I'm doing. Honestly, it's not been that difficult. Once you leave your AirPods at home, you've just got to deal with not having them for the rest of the day. So you just get on with it. But that annoying issue of having songs just stuck in my head, replaying on loop, that just makes me want to carry this on even more and get to a point where that doesn't happen. So I can have more quiet time to think about what I want to think about, basically. Not just have my time hijacked by whatever I'm listening to and not having to think about anything else. To truly embrace the quiet. That's the goal. So yeah, I am going to make a series out of this about me quitting music. I don't know how long it'll last, but I'll just keep documenting any changes I notice and see the progress of me having this issue of having music stuck in my head and how long it takes to basically get rid of that, if I can. If you're interested in this sort of stuff, the pursuit of mental clarity, wanting to achieve a quieter state, then do subscribe, because this is what I focus on my channel. Bye.